Sziasztok, szép jó estét kívánok mindenkinek! Elértünk Genshin Impact végigjátszásunk 50. részéig. Nem semmi, azért már van időnk benne. Szia Pancser, hello! Raktunk már egy kis időt a játékba. Annyi van, hogy én gyorsan elkezdtem beváltogatni a primókat, hogy lássuk mennyi húzásunk van egyértelműen, és közben van 10 darab standard vissünk is, mivel ugye frissült a shop, és ki tudtam vásárolni innen a visseket. Úgyhogy szerintem ezt most ki is húzzuk. Megnézzük, mivel dob meg a játék. Kaptunk egy viccitet. Valószínűleg csak azt, de azért végig pörgetjük. És így van. A mai program az Zsongli második story questje lesz, illetve Hutaónak befejezzük a saját story questjét, mivel azt már sokáig belebotlottam, és múlt héten végre elkezdtünk rajta dolgozni, és közel vagyunk ahhoz, hogy a végére érjünk. Mivel most 3 órás stream megy, ezért bele fog férni az is szerintem. Na de, kezdjünk bele Zsongliba.
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai.
Oké. Beszéljünk Uncle Dai-jal. Aki a kikötőben van. Ilyenkor gondolom... Ó, várjál, hol vagy? Itt hátul vagy. Ha. Elnézést. Na szóval, mi a szituáció?
Hey, are you Uncle Dai?
I am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by the guild.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
Right again!
Benne
You're
valami.
pretty perceptive.
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Dai can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo-woo! That's why we're here! Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
Minek nézette minket?
Do you think we're not up to the job?
Nyugi, Paimon.
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places, as I'm sure you're aware. As such, I've enlisted an industry expert to cover all contingencies. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. With a professional by your side, everything should run smoothly. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Tevat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool to not enlist an expert of his caliber.
You're a fool if you think you found Tevat's #1 rock expert.
Oh? And why might that be?
Because Tevat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours.
Tudom, kiről beszélsz.
Haha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait here, we'll go fetch him.
Így is megyünk összeszedni a küldi főszereplőjét. Aztán ha... Oh. Szia, Exa. Csak azt nézem, hogy beragadt a pinem, mert Faruzánra húztam egy szintet, és kellett gyorsan ölnöm egy boszt. Akit még soha nem öltem meg, kivéve amikor a challenge-et csináltuk. Nem tudom, hogy köszöntem-e, de szia, Exa. Azt tudom, hogy akartam, csak aztán, hogy eljutottam-e odáig, az a jó kérdés.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there you are!
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you. Do you have time?
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
Elfogadtunk egy küldetést.
Someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands geology and ore.
Take a look around. Is there anyone in Tevat more qualified? The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better than you.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Dai doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
I see. Well,
Really?
but I should inform you that
Ezt véletlenül
despite my
leszkippeltem.
expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward to broadening my own understandings.
Stop being so modest, Zhongli. Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle Dai.
Oké. Tehát megvan a szakértőnk. Na. Már csak 5.2-t várjuk, aztán húzunk is rá. Ha minden igaz, Csaszka bennere után fog jönni Zsongli. Vannak ilyen kiszivárgott információk, hogy Csaszka és Lini lesz, utána pedig Nuvilett és Zsongli. Nyilván a probléma az, hogy Nuvilettet is rohadtul szeretném kihúzni, de Zsongli az elsődleges számomra. Bizony.
Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he's got nothing on our guy.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I do have a claim to some experience in this field.
Uh-huh, so you say. Wait till my guy gets here, then we'll see. It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourselves.
Is this the place?
Meg is érkezett.
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kunjun. Young Kun, these are 2 adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman...
Ő itt Zsongli, a temetkezési vállalat tanácsadója.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person today.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Szóval mi volt a terv?
I wouldn't know where to start.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins, he's the assistant. If Zhongli loses... never mind. Zhongli won't lose.
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kunjun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle Dai called me over. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while. We arranged to meet here.
Ja, szóval frissen találkoztatok.
Something like that.
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters and agreed to help me.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, I can most certainly lend a hand. Mr.
Igaz-
Zhongli, what do you
Érdekes,
make of
hogy
this rock?
nem emlékszel, hogy miért is jöttél ebbe az országba.
A
Vagy ebbe a
glossy
városba.
exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken, this is a rough gem from another nation.
Netlen?
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial remnant. They had no inkling of the treasure that lay within.
De kristályércet nem lehet bárhol találni?
Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts of daylight that make it through. Now that's a rare treasure.
Micsoda leírás.
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own two eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all, we haven't even seen what's inside yet.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake water. A rare find indeed.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kunjun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept my friendship. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another of his caliber in your lifetime.
Very well.
Come in.
There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
Oké. Milyen érdekes, hogy elveszett embereket keresünk. Miért ahhoz mentem? Fuck. Most már, ha ide jöttem, akkor innen megyünk. Elveszett embereket keresünk, de kövek beazonosítására van szükségünk. Let's go! Nagy dilemmában vagyok, hogy mit csinálok majd azon a banneren, mert, mint ahogy mondtam, egyrészt zsonglit mindenáron ki akarom szedni, ugyanakkor emlékszem, amikor elhalasztottam Luvilettet, mennyire bántam még az első fiókon. Nem is veled akarok beszélni. Annó még az őskorban.
Whoa, this mine is huge.
This is where the incident occurred.
Basszus. Basszus, mikor jött ki Nuvi lett? Nincs még 2 éve, de miért olyan távoli ez az emlék? Lehet azért, mert aztán megint hosszú kihagyásom volt, amikor nem bírtam Inazumában haladni az előző akkonton.
I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace. That's when I decided to enlist help.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Kicsit bosszant ez az Abyss Mage ott a háttérben, ahogy nyöszörög.
Overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging further into the earth itself. How could 4 sturdy young men just vanish into the bedrock?
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like. If you come across any clues, let me know straight away.
Oké, nézzünk körül.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers.
Huh. A few everyday items. They must belong to Uncle Dai and his men.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. That seems right. 10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle Dai's clothes are identical.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
Hát, hogy nem szokásuk fürödni.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh, and some tool belts.
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mining equipment.
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct.
Lehet, hogy nem volt rájuk szükségük?
Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left with the tools of their trade. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Érdekes, az biztos.
Why would someone set off with their tools, but leave their luggage behind?
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely hypothesis. Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supplies.
Oh.
Úgy gondolod, hogy valaki elrabolta őket?
It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues before any further inference can be made.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note and let Uncle Dai know.
Jó. Kunjun.
Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. A moment, please. Okay.
Érdekes.
Looks like he's concentrating really hard. What's he up to?
I see 4 men following someone out of the mine. It looks like a child.
A child? What's a child doing in a mine?
I'm
Jó
not
kérdés.
sure.
Also, how did you see anything exactly?
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about to tell you remained a secret. It's a little odd. I've never dared to tell anyone before. I can perceive the memories of ore.
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no conjecture at work?
You mean you can put your hand on a rock and boom, it just happens?
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do is touch one and focus my attention, and the memories come to me.
Amazing! So you can find out everything that ever happened there.
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Their memories are
Az igen.
hazy.
Szerintem még így is jobb memóriájuk van, mint nekem.
Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and in greater detail.
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was prudent of Uncle Dai to recruit you, Mr. Kunjun.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe they followed this path.
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another clue for Uncle Dai. Let's make a note of it.
Ó, még több nyomot keresünk. Vagy szemtanút, ahogy elnézem, nem tudom. Bravo. Bravo?
Excuse me, sir. Are you one of the workers here?
Ah, yes,
Huh.
yes. You must be here about the
Nem
dispute.
olvastam félre.
Please, find them if you can. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. The foreman left with a few men. I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break, just to catch my breath. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, there was no sight of them. I'd only just been speaking with them, and suddenly, they'd vanished. Maybe I'm next.
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to tell the tale having been asleep in a shelter. Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What a scary thought. An on-site accident. We should note that down too.
Mondjuk, hogyha... Jó, mondjuk kérdés, hogy azért ilyen kőből olvasást mennyire vesz komolyan az ember, de hogyha már tudjuk ugye, hogy elmentek követve egy kisgyereket, akkor tudjuk, hogy nem egy baleset történt. Ez csak ilyen megjegyzés. Nyilván az take it with a grain of salt, tehát kőből olvasás.
You're back. How are the investigations going?
Érdekes, hogy én nem biztos, hogy mondjuk elsőre hinnék neki.
First, there are 4 missing pickaxes. Yet
De én
everyday
földhöz
items
ragadt
are still in
vagyok.
their place. This suggests that your men didn't leave of their own accord, but were forced to.
Forced to? But who would kidnap miners?
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take respite. When he awoke, his colleagues had disappeared without a trace. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound. It would appear that the incident occurred on site.
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that he took a break. Could someone have entered the site and simply walked away with them?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kunjun here made good use of his expert techniques to arrive at a conclusion. It was a child that took your men away.
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around. There's no way a child would have made it over to the mine.
Ó, várjál, csak ott volt az a gyerek a északi faluból, aki elsétált volna Liuéig, csak úgy az
Unlike the way
apjáért.
it sounds, that's our conclusion. Your men were following a child.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from the mine and toward the ruins.
North. Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit.
Szükséged van segítségre?
You've been invaluable to the investigation, but leave the legwork to us. If we set off now and make haste, we might be able to catch them.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out on foot, they will have covered a lot of ground by now.
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the settlements further out and make some inquiries. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. We'll go investigate and see if we can come up with anything. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene at Wangshu Inn tomorrow evening.
Agreed.
All
Okay.
right, me and my men will get going.
Sok sikert.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the settlements while we keep investigating here.
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the mine. Shouldn't we go north?
Wait. I believe we're missing
Tényleg,
someone.
hol van Kunjun? Ezt is felejtettem, hogy az is velünk
Where's
volt.
Kunjun? Paimon bets he's still investigating. Let's go find him.
Kunjun... Ott van. Nem veszett el.
Kunjun, what are you searching for? We're all out of clues. Let's get going.
Ah, apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall.
Nem is hallottam róla.
Dragonfall is often used in forging. What use do you have for it?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside, I'm having trouble remembering things. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious, as if there's something I've forgotten to finish. It's an unpleasant sensation.
Oh,
Huh.
Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you've forgotten something, but you can't remember
Oh, that's-
exactly what it is.
Azt én is ismerem, ezt az érzést. Amikor tényleg tudod, hogy... De például ilyen, hogy eszembe jut valami, és akkor teszek egy lépést abba az irányba, ahol azt a valamit kéne intéznem, és már elfelejtettem egy lépés után, és azt a kurva. De mit is akartam én most csinálni? És nem jut eszembe
I
még
don't even know where
véletlenül
to
se.
start with it. I've been
Örökre rejtély marad.
aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. They mentioned Dragonfall. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. So, I decided to look for some. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will help you look for this stone.
Really? Oh, thank you, Mr. Zhongli. You're too kind.
Think nothing of it.
Érdekes, hogy a Zsongli
Shouldn't we get going?
és Kunjun, amikor
Heading north
találkoztak,
from the
mintha
chasm will
felismerték
reach
volna
Lingzhu
egymást.
Pass.
Valószínűleg
If
Zsongli
this
tud
is
valamit.
indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Great, let's have a look.
Nyomok, gyertek ide, nyomok. Oh, hello. Ja? Bunko? What the fuck? Mi az, hogy nem zavar? Nem dendró vagy? What the fuck? Most elmenekült a hús! Köcsög. Épp azt néztem, hogy van vagy 40 darab nyers hús az inventorimban, hogy már nagyon fogyóban van. Kéne útközben szedni, ha látok erre, nekem jön a slime. Szomorú, szomorú.
There are tracks here. These must have been left by the miners.
Let us make our way to the end of Lingzhu Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. However, if we find new tracks, we can follow them wherever they may lead.
Oké, főnök. Itt már, ha minden igaz, mindent kiszedtem. Nem? Hát ilyet. Ja, hát story heavy játék.
Hey, footprints.
It would appear that they made their way through Lingzhu Pass and kept moving.
footprints, we should be able to find where they went.
Akkor kövessük a lábnyomokat. Mondjuk azt már látom, hogy erre megyünk, mert jelzi a térkép. Ó, jó napot. Nem bánok veled egy kis konfrontációt.
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
Nem segítek.
This one's got your name on it. Haha. Cha. Hiya. Haha.
Új, mi történt a sebzésemmel? Azt szarolt! Mik voltak ezek a számok? Hű.
Oh no, the footprints end here.
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here,
Oh.
they may well have seen them.
Money. Köszi. Hol? Ja. Yongui.
Have you seen anyone dressed like a miner around here?
A miner? I'm afraid not.
Let's try someone else.
Hogy gyors volt. Vej.
Hello, have you seen any miners nearby? About this tall? 4 of them?
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm cloud watching?
Jeez, a little grumpy, aren't we? Whatever. Let's go ask someone else.
Jó, végül is. Lehet itt is nézegetni a felhőket. Időnként tökre tudnám értékelni, hogyha a különböző frakciók a játékban azért interaktálnának egymással.
Hey there! Seen any miners?
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography of Lingju Pass must have held them up.
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
Huh. This child. Did you see what they look like?
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't smiling. In fact, she looked very serious.
And they took this road?
Yes, they followed it straight from
Hát,
here.
mondjuk nem tudhatjuk, hogy kinek a lábnyomai, főleg 4-5 nappal később. Utánuk megyek, de nekem kell... Az honnan került oda? Ja, azért nem volt ott, mert itt küldetés volt, de nekem kell az a köcög oda fönt, úgyhogy ezt szeretném közben összerakni. Oh shit! Kiszúrt olyan messziről!
Hey there! This one's got your name on it! Ha! Hiya! This one's got your name on it!
Ofon! Na! Hova megyünk? Ó, pont van ott egy waypoint, az nekünk tökéletes.
More footprints.
Oh.
There's a person over there!
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first! Ask questions later.
Ó, egy láda! Új, vé!
Fire! Well,
Hát ha minden karakterem meghal, akkor annyi, hogy újraéled valahol a csapaton a közelben. Nyilván sérülten. De vigyázok, hogy ne halljak meg.
Before I knew it, they were all over me.
Thank you all for saving me. My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue Shangyu Hall. I head up our human culture
Azon
and
gondolkodom,
civilization
amikor
research.
csináltuk a többiekkel azt a World Boss Challenge-et, akkor volt egyedül olyan, hogy meghaltam. Már úgy, hogy ott ugye egy karaktere volt mindenkinek, és hogyha az elesett, akkor meg kellett várnod a többieket. Ha csak nem vissza tudtál menni a bosshoz.
Huh? You sure you're not a miner?
Azt a challenge-et akkor is meg akarom újra csinálni, de ahhoz képest, hogy amikor azt nyomtuk, mennyire sok embert érdekelt, ahhoz képest most rohadtul nincsenek rá jelentkezők.
A miner?
Nem bírtam összeszedni 3 másik embert.
Carrying mining equipment.
I think I saw those people.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen
Sőt,
the day
még
before
Atináéknak
yesterday,
is
heading
kellett
for
múltkor
Lingju
ember,
Pass.
és oda se
But
akart
halfway
menni
there, I
valamiért
came across
senki,
some
vagy
people.
legalábbis nem
A few
jelentkeztek.
men and a child.
Tudnád egy kicsit pontosítani?
I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they looked like. Apologies.
I think that's all we needed to hear. Thank you.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend. Again, thank you all for your help.
Hát nagyon szívesen.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for Nantianmen.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Azt hittem, ilyen rám mutogatnak.
Paimon nearly forgot about our secret weapon.
It looks promising. I'll do my best.
Hajrá, Kunjun! Vannak viszont a meghalás challenge-ek. Ha lemegy az első challenge-ünk, a másodiknak olyat tervezek, hogy minden karakternek egy élete van. Ilyen Nuzlocke challenge-et. És ha egyszer meghal egy karakter, akkor ő többet nem használhatom. Ez érdekes lesz.
It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
De most már igazából már 3 challenge-et is felsorakoztattam magamnak a játékhoz, de ez rohadt sok idő lesz, mire végigmegyünk
Your
rajtuk.
stone seeing is something I won't forget in a hurry.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction a long time ago.
You think so? I guess it's been a worthwhile trip then. It feels like we're cracking a criminal case. It's a lot of fun.
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep our guards high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night, over hills and mountains, led by a child. This is no ordinary incident.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli. We should have our wits about us.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual.
Máskor is ugyanezt az agressziót
We have
látom tőlük.
encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us in the right direction. The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday.
Előbb ezen akadtam fönt, hogy
Here they would have had to navigate a
Nantianmen,
perilous mountain road.
de én mindig azt hittem,
If
hogy
their
itt dupla
destination is the
N
same
betű
deed,
van, és
Nantianmen,
Nantiannen.
we should be able to
Közben
catch
van
up
egy
with them.
M betű benne. És hogy ez eddig nekem soha nem tűnt fel.
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it should guide him to us.
Clever thinking. A classic Zhongli move.
Na aztán még a stream elején azt... Jaj, ezt nem tudom kiszedni a francba. Te mit nézel? Ott néz szembe. De úgy néz, mintha akarna valamit. Hol megyek? Állj, volt egy ládánk valahol. Hoppá! Hoppá, hoppá! Próbáljuk szép lassan 100%-olni Ryuét, úgyhogy csak úgy nem hagyok itt ládát. Boom! Hello! Aha. Onnan íjászkodsz. Tudok én is. Bunko.
Quick, let's pack it up.
Cabbage! A cabbage az mindig jó. Mást nem látom. Na.
Finally, the rain has stopped.
Hey!
Oh.
Over here on the ground!
Valaki
Is this one
napozik.
of the missing people?
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Na.
Hey! Hello? Can you hear us?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from...
Should we wake him up?
Belefáradt a menetelésbe.
I can still dig.
Sounds like he's whispering something.
Tűnik, mint a küszködne.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. Something's not right. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and monitor his condition before deciding our next move.
Rendben van.
How is he? He won't die, right?
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Mitől fáradt ki ennyire?
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig himself into this state?
It's certainly a possibility.
Furcsa.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments?
Jó.
I just
Megtaperolta
witnessed
a
the
kamerát.
memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need to understand.
So he was kidnapped and then abandoned here. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way out here?
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it? Ooh, is it a present?
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. After setting out with you on this case, it feels like a fog is lifting. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to track down these clues by myself. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare. One for each of you. A memory, if you will.
Ah,
It's beautiful.
köszönjük szépen.
Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each angle.
Jó drágának tűnik.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Shangli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not...
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances. But thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. I feel at peace among them. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rendben lesz egyedül, igaz?
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. There's no danger here.
Kivéve azt a pálhírű csört 20 méterrel arrébb.
Oh, however, there is something I wanted to discuss with you.
Huh?
Mégpedig?
What's with the seriousness all of a sudden?
Traveler, does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
Nem mondanám.
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for? What's so special about it?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand, is formed as a product of elemental reactions.
Elemental reactions can produce material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive for long periods of time. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. When the fighting ceased, these geological remnants were miraculously preserved.
Cool.
And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between, relatively unknown. A few hundred years ago, they were virtually mined into obscurity. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished from the earth?
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows all of it's already been mined. Weird. Paimon doesn't get it.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivations for seeking it are unclear even unto himself, it's practically unheard of.
De lényegében egy olyan ércet keres a Kunjun, amit már rég kibányázták az összeset. Lehet, hogy hátsó szándéka van?
Ulterior motives? Is he a villain?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. We must watch and wait. Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. As for anything else, sooner or later the tide will reveal the lie of the land. We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road through. Now that we've found one, the others won't be far away. When you're well rested, call Mr. Kunjun over to us. We still have more investigation ahead. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend to him. I suggest we leave a note for Uncle Dai. If he does find the camp, he'll know what to do.
De messze vagy. De messze vagy. A bunkók. Ha! Nem vettek észre.
Kunjun, we need to get going.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment.
Látsz bármilyen mintát benne?
Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going.
Okay. Let's keep going. Falak.
The show begins.
Ez nem tudom, hogy került ide, de elfogadom. Még valami? Nem, szerintem összeszedtük mindet.
Wow. Such an immense tree.
Ennek a fának a sztoriát nem ismerem. Kíváncsi lennék rá, hogy a viharba jött össze.
And there's so many mysterious looking crystals up there too. Amazing.
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section.
Légy óvatos.
All right then.
Jaj, de tudom már, hogy miért ilyen a fa. Vagyis legalábbis van ötletem.
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting. Paimon's gonna look over there.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh! This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
Na rendben.
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about.
Láttál valamit?
Not yet.
Nem, igazából szerintem mindjárt kapunk rá magyarázatot.
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look?
Biztos vagy benne, hogy a fában
If you
lesznek a
don't
nyomok?
try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to get a good look at our surroundings from up there.
You think so?
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea, Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right.
Végre!
Wait here. Paimon will...
All of you, come here.
Végre rájön, hogy tud repülni.
Behind the tree. Did he find another clue? Quick, let's go see. Maybe he found another miner.
Így. Mert ugye meg van kristályosodva a fa, és ez a Story Quest, ez lehet, hogy elmondja a történetét ilyen közvetetten, hogy nem beszél róla konkrétan, de szerintem van köze hozzá.
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread lightly.
Van itt a fa alatt egy alagút.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until they opened the gate.
So behind the seal, there's... What do we do? We can't hurt them.
Kéne ide a Sunnymeadows-mi. Legyen egy otthonuk. Előkerült a kisgyerek is. Hopp. Belettünk szippantva. Szerintem ennek van köze a fához.
What type of monster is this?
Lorax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl...
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Oh, hello.
Cowardly insects!
Coming at you.
Ups. Nem, akkor nem. Hé, levegőben voltam, nem fair.
You think you can destroy me?
Az igen.
Hey there! Chat, watch out! Back off!
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very same.
Két Azhdaha van.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage.
Szóval melyikötök is az igazi Azhdaha?
Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Azhdaha.
So there are two Azhdahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within, thereby fully destroying the seal.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax and aid him in stopping you.
És ezért ismerték fel egymást, amikor találkoztak.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer of memories. Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive. What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me. This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me. No! No! I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further. A willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind. No, no! It is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Insect.
Is not an insect.
Elég messze áll tőle.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn. You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of coexistence with humanity. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea. A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this? You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness,
Feszület.
snow falls on a spring day.
Itt az nem segít.
In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again. No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate! Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune. More axe!
Uff. El is párolgott, ahogy leírtad.
The little girl vanished.
Are you
Erózió?
satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax. You call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Azhdaha. This. I will remember this.
Your power is nearly spent.
Ah. Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business as always. Let's go.
Kaptunk ládát.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners.
Hey, Uncle Dai.
So there
Ott
you
elértél minket.
My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other three. Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Micsoda aurád lett.
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three miners are over there, in that cave.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
Yeah.
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can. I'll be back soon. I need to assess the...
Kunjun, we should be calling you Azhdaha. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor too, right?
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans.
Valamiért erről az auráról nekem a Dragon Ball jut eszembe, nem tudom melyik szériában volt ilyen fehér aurájuk.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps empathy is mankind's proudest achievement after all.
Azhdaha, I am no longer the Geo-Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate.
Hát mondjuk ő saját magának köszönheti, de megértem az ő szituációját is.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate, they will be waiting for you.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
That day in the chasm. Did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you. Let alone seal you away.
Szia, Eliza.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend. God of contracts.
De mennyivel jobban bírja, mint a másik kivetülése. Mondjuk lehet, hogy az olyan szinten forrongott magába, hogy ezért fogyott el olyan hamar az ereje.
Thank you, Azhdaha.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And you, Morax, you too will live for many a day to come.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Szóval visszatért Kunjun?
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Whoa. That was so weird. It was like he suddenly became another person.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun.
És mi lesz most Azhdahával? Nagyon jó barátod volt.
He was. Centuries may have passed since then. But events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear in my mind.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Azhdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes. Quicker than words could tell, lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
Arra tetszik ez a történet is.
1,000 years ago, Azhdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail, down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Azhdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me, towards Liyue, towards life above ground. He was willing to be sealed away, but as the erosion set in, he forgot.
Az erózió ereje egészen ijesztő.
Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire.
Ezért döntöttél te is a távozás mellett?
Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the heavenly principles. That I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries.
Várj! Valamit akartam kérdezni.
Oh? About what?
A testvéremről.
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot.
Mondjuk ezt már én is elfelejtettem.
Long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for.
Pontosabban a testvéremhez.
Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
I cannot say.
Why?
Egyébként marha érdekes ez a Conria dolog, mert ugye megtörtént ez az egész háború Conria ellen, és mindenki, aki ténylegesen... Fuck! Szia, Hauk! Köszi a biteket! És mindenki, aki ténylegesen érintett volt ebben az egészben, csak azt tudja mondani, hogy nem beszélhetek róla. Tehát, hogy van egy felsőbb erő, vagy egy szerződés, most így zsongliból kiindulva, ami megtiltja, hogy ő erről információkat osszon meg. Neked is jó reggelt, köszi szépen még egyszer.
I understand, but I must apologize.
Mondom, ez az ő szerződése. Tehát, de ez másokkal is így van, tehát Raiden is azt mondta, hogy ő erről nem tud beszélni nekem. Mondjuk igaz, hogy ő neki a testvére volt ugye érintett benne.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Azhdaha? Too painful to talk about?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Hiszek neked.
Would you be ready to find out?
Talán.
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past. Many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time. Forgotten by the people. Abandoned. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead.
Hát abban biztos
But
vagyok.
as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, everything has meaning.
Köszönjük a bölcsességed. Rongli mindig olyan jókat tud mondani. És ezzel megnyílt Azhdahának is a heti... Heti? Ja, heti cucca. Fantasztikus. Hát ott hagytuk abba, hogy Utau küldetését, hogy mentünk Big G-t átkísérni a túlvilágra. Fejezzük be azt a story questet is. Jó, gyorsan behílet. Egyik sincs jó helyen, igazából innen kéne mennünk. Aztán fog maradni időnk, úgyhogy szerintem megküzdünk Skaramussal, a Bálnával, aztán meglátjuk, hogy mi fér még bele a streambe.
Sooner than I expected. You didn't go spilling the beans, did you, Paimon?
Hehe.
Paimon look that unreliable to you?
Igen.
I'm kidding. Anyway, looks like they were willing to hand over some keepsakes, so I guess they knew the deal. Nevertheless, when it comes to things like ghosts and ghouls, spirits and souls, the one thing everyone knows is you never know what to expect. Which explains why they were reluctant to pry and find out the full story. Which is just as well, because if they had attempted to, it would have been too much for me to deal with.
Már nem tudom megmondani, hogy mikor vagy komoly és mikor
Guard the
nem.
border between life and death. This is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's most important responsibility, and I'm stricter than most.
So what about us? Does it matter if we cross the border?
Of course not. After all, you were caught up in all this already, just like Meng. It's not the end of the world if you catch a glimpse behind the curtain. And where we're going, don't be surprised at what you may see or what may occur. All of it exists within the border between the living and the dead. An ordinary place, really. The only special thing about it is that nobody really knows about it. Whatever you do, don't get all worked up over
De mi most
nothing,
már tudni
okay?
fogunk róla.
Or else by the time we're out, I'll have to erase your memories. So listen to everything I say. Let's go.
I'm scared. But like Huta says, we're already caught up in this. We better see it through to the end.
Ide megyünk. The border. A határ.
Wow, what is this place?
Bekukkantunk a
Somewhere
túlvilágba.
close to death, but not like the hell or underworld from the tales of old. This is just a place where the ley lines tend to go a little bit haywire. So keep your cool. Follow me. The farewell ceremony site.
That pattern looks familiar.
Ah.
From the right angle, you can make out the whole thing.
Oh, just like last time.
Na nézd már bunkókat. Nem engednek csak úgy tovább.
Get out of here! Hey there!
Hát nem spawnolt még egy nagy.
This place doesn't feel at peace.
That's why it's named the border. You can't just cross whenever you
Kéne
please.
leesni.
You need to have a little...
Hát, ti meg
how do
what the
people
fuck.
normally put it? Pomp and ceremony?
Mit kibír az a kis fapa is?
Sure, that's not how people put it.
Hey there! Let's light it up!
Aha, szóval felmegyünk. Ja, akkor már megnézem, van-e hutyi ezekbe? Nem. Nem volt hutyi benne, pedig nagyon kéne hutyi.
imagine Adventurers Guild members are good at making order of things. See if you can find a way to get the right things into the right places. Usually...
Volt ott valami. És ez most nekem itt miért volt jó, hogy én ebbe bele... Ó, kaptam egy ilyen kék cuccot. Aha! Aha! Fantasztikus. Lenyűgöz, hogy mit kibír az a kis pajzs.
Where'd that come from?
Adventure time!
This one's got your name on it! Watch out!
Hoppá, hoppá. Álltak egy sorba, nagyon helyesen. Húst dobálj, húst. Meg kell majd néznem, hogy Fontaineben tudok-e húst szerezni, de van egy olyan érzésem, hogy nem. Nye. Persze, hogy üresek. Jó.
This looks the same, but there aren't enough. So confusing. Let's have a look around. Or up ahead.
Nem hagytunk el. Ó, jó. Jó, emlékszem. Hány kört futottam ezen, amikor először csináltam ezt a küldit, úristen! Jaj, az csodálatos volt. És még mondta is Futao a tippet, hogy kéne megoldani, hogy mi lenne, hogyha tovább vinnéd, de nem arról beszélt konkrétan, hogy a gömböt vitt tovább, hanem hogy de valami más kontextusban, hogyha nem találod az utadat, vagy nem tudom, akkor vitt tovább. És mire összeraktam fejbe, hogy ja, hogy úgy érti a játék, hogy menjek körbe a gömbbel. Hát továbbra se dobnak semmit. Ja, meg se éri összetörni őket.
Huh? Isn't this where we just were before?
Yep. De ezt nem fogom letagadni. Amikor ezt először csináltam, akkor jó hülye voltam, vagy 5-ször körbefutottam, mire megértettem, hogy mit akar. Próbáltam visszafele menni, meg egyebek.
That's exactly the point. Trespassers end up running scared.
So, that's the weird stuff out of the way, right?
Yep. Just dive off the edge here.
Az gyönyörű. Wee. Oh. Nem voltam benne biztos, hogy most lesz töltés vagy valami.
Welcome to the farewell ceremony. funny sight. Our destination is just up ahead. I know you're excited, so feel free to have a look around and talk amongst yourselves. Soon you'll find out there's nothing special about this place.
Szóval itt lehet elbúcsúztatni a lelkeket, akik itt ragadtak.
Are you clients? Apologies. This is just a little unexpected. Seeing that it was Hu Tao that brought you puts me at ease. But I'm afraid we don't have the means to entertain guests here.
Te ki vagy?
My name is Lan Si. I've been waiting for someone for a long time now. Exactly how long I couldn't really say. Everyone says waiting is difficult. But walking, watching, talking to newcomers and the old crowd, it helps to pass the time. I can keep waiting, but who knows whether what I'm waiting for will ever come to pass. It's all the same to me. Waiting's all I can do anyway. But if you too are looking for someone important to you, it's best not to keep waiting forever.
Hát mi igyekszünk nem várni, hanem próbálunk cselekedni, hogy utolérjük, akit keresünk.
What a coincidence, so am I. I can't believe how nice the scenery is. I thought it'd be all pitch black and freezing cold with no sense of space or time.
Tényleg jól néz ki egyébként a hely.
Out on lifetime of emotions. It's fantastic. Perhaps I just set my expectations too low. By the way, have you seen Uncle Jean recently?
That guy? I remember him saying it was time for him to move on.
Good for him. I wonder where he's off to next.
If you're curious, why don't we go and see for ourselves?
Some other time, perhaps. I'd like to stay here for a while.
Úgy tűnik, hogy Zhang már tovább lépett.
It's the lantern rite again. Wouldn't it be cool if we got to see the lanterns ourselves one day?
Oh.
You can make a wish without a lantern, you know.
A gyerekkorukból.
As long as you yell it really loud, your wish will come true in the future.
Yell it? Isn't that kinda embarrassing?
As soon as the first person yells, and everyone else just joins in, and nobody feels embarrassed anymore.
That's right. Little Wu, you start.
All right. I wish I could open a massive restaurant with never-ending dishes and snacks, so I could eat you and chili chicken every day.
That's your wish?
If that's so funny, what's your wish?
To get rich, of course. Do big business and make a load of Mora. With Mora, you can do whatever you want and be happy.
Yeah, if you get rich, you could buy that super expensive toy box.
Amit meg is vett ugye itt búcsú ajándéknak.
Well, if Momo's gonna be a businessman, then I don't need to earn any money.
Whoa, it's tough getting rich. Don't put all the pressure on me.
As for me, I want to learn to make Ming Xiao lanterns. The big kind! And Xiao lanterns too. I'll be the best artisan around.
Yeah! That way we don't need to go to Liyue Harbor to release Xiao lanterns.
Anyway, those are our wishes. Mung, Big G, what about you?
Me?
Huh? They all disappeared. Right when he was about to make his wish.
It brings back so many memories. That was the last lantern ride the five of us spent together.
It's been so long. Everyone's all grown up.
És a többieknek be is teljesült a vágya.
Have all those wishes really come true?
Bizony.
We asked each of them for parting gifts for you. Little Wu's become a chef. Momo's a successful businessman. And Zongzi makes great shell lanterns.
Really? Wow.
We've never forgotten our childhood dreams. We've kept them in our hearts as a promise to each other. Anyway, time to release this lantern.
Hey, take a hint. Let's give them some space to go over the good old days.
Most se látom, hol vannak. Ja, ott vannak. Értem.
Take the hint? Really? Of all of us, you're the one who needs to learn how to read the room.
Nem kéne őrizned a határt?
Monk's already crossed the border. That's the only way to send Big G off. As I explained, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was, once upon a time, more akin to a doctor's office than an actual funeral parlor. During the Archon War, piles of corpses covered the wilderness. People were plunged into misery and suffering. Disease was spreading all over the land. Death devastated the world of the living. Such were the times when the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first established. As humans, its founders were deemed too insignificant to matter, but slowly, they managed to drive away death.
They must have paid a huge price for that.
After generations, Liyue Harbor became a bustling hub of prosperity, luring people with dreams of great fame and abundant mora. But in the end, some lunatics stirred up the legacy of the dead. By that I mean the remnants of the defeated gods that ravaged the world. I won't go into specifics of that situation, but suffice to say that at its peak, life was on the verge of bringing about its own extinction, while death was coming back with a vengeance. It took a long, long time, longer than you'd think, to restore balance and reinstate the border. Without it, Liyue Harbor as we know it wouldn't be here today, neither would the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, you or me.
Nem gondoltam, hogy ilyen jó mesélő vagy.
The previous directors all love to tell this one too, although, if you ask me, I think I tell it best. What you make of my words is up to you. I do hope that most of it flew over your heads, though. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is just that, a funeral parlor. Nothing more to it.
Lehet, hogy így a legjobb.
We live in peaceful times, but this harmonious coexistence between life and death should never be taken for granted. Huh? It's about time. Let's go. Let's take them to the place where all begins and all goes to rest.
What kind of place is that?
I just mean where we first bumped into each other. I come up with fun names for things sometimes, okay? No need to hound me with questions about every little thing I say.
Talán ne fogalmazz annyira rejtélyesen. Felszerelt B2. Kicsit furcsa lenne ebbe a világba, bár vannak olyan dolgok itt a világban, hogy igazából semmit nem lepődnék meg.
I think we did everything we could to make you happy, Big G, wouldn't you say? But if you ever really do become an evil spirit and come back with more nefarious nonsense in mind, I may have to forget our friendship and give you a far less fond farewell.
I won't, I promise.
Szia, Kevin.
I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. Now that I know that my friends are doing so well, I have no intention to bother them.
I also want to thank you. You made my dream come true too.
So you should also mind my warning, Mung. If you won't let go of the past, I might reunite you two sooner than you think.
How can you say such horrendous things with that smile on your face?
Ja, engem nem ismernek a tináék. Úgyhogy nem indultam. Meg nekem azt be kell tervezni egy héttel előre legalább.
Let's say our goodbyes to Big G.
See you later, Big G.
Not like that. You won't be seeing him later. Let's stick to goodbye and such.
No worries. I'll just take my leave. I'm sorry. Of all the wishes we yelled that day, only ours hasn't come true.
Nah, don't be bothered by that. No life is without its regrets. You can leave in peace now.
Ezért csinálják a World Boss Challenge-et megint?
All right. I'll remember you all. Goodbye.
Na, az jól eltűnt.
He's gone then.
Ja, most a futó challenge-et csinálják, mert belenéztem valamelyik stream videójába. Igen, emlékszem, hogy valami ilyesmit terveztek, de nem volt még fix a dátum. Ja. Az is tetszik, amely az is jó kis kihívás.
All I can feel now is emptiness.
So, what was the wish you two made? We didn't have a chance to hear it
Jó,
earlier.
most mondjuk azért kijut majd nekem challenge-ekből, mert rengeteg challenge végigjátszást fogok csinálni.
After each of us has started a family and built a career, we want both our families to spend the lantern rite together. That's why I envy my friends so much. Little Wu and the rest, they all had a chance to fulfill their wishes. Mine, however, will remain just a dream.
Fel a fejjel.
That's right. Also, think about this. Everyone gets burned to ash one day. So enjoy your life while you can, and when your duty to the living is over, you can meet whoever you want again in the afterlife. Isn't that great?
Thank you?
Kb. Én is
Either
ilyen
way,
arcot
I
vágnék.
don't think I'll ever return to Wuwang Hill. I have a lot of feelings to process.
No worries. It's a good opportunity for you to go on vacation. Consider your leave approved. Naturally, this doesn't change the terms of our previous agreement. The leave will be unpaid.
Hát miért is ne? Fizetetlen szabadságra mehet.
Aren't you forgetting about something?
Azt ígérted, hogy segítesz a mi keresésünkben is.
I took you to the border and let you have a look around, didn't I? But based on your reaction, it seems like you didn't find what you're looking for. It is a pity indeed.
Hát mi nem holtakat keresünk.
I was fishing around on your behalf through the channels that aren't accessible to you. Unfortunately, I didn't find any leads worth pursuing either. I'll keep my eyes open in case anything crops up. If so, I'll be sure to let you know.
You don't sound like you mean it.
I'm not an expert on tracking down the living. However, if you want me to summon someone from the other side of the border...
Stop saying creepy stuff!
Relax. I'll help you look for them. You have my word. My exquisite sense of humor always goes unappreciated.
Legalább élvezed a munkádat.
I have my reasons.
Reasons?
The spirits we saw near the border are the dead that still long for the
Nem,
world of
nem
the living.
lehet.
But I've never seen
NPC-ket
any
nem
of the
lehet
previous
bántani.
directors there. Not even once. This means that becoming the director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was the right decision for them, and left them with no regrets.
És végeztünk Hutaóval is. Mármint a Story Quest-tel. De rég láttalak titeket. Bár most nincs szükségem rátok, de nem baj. Fontainen kívül összesen 2 darab van ezekből, mégpedig itt Liyue-ben. Azt mondja, kár. Mindjárt elmenne népírtásra a csávó. Ja, Oceanid. Jó van, nem tudtam hirtelen, hogy mi világított len. Na. Hát akkor a mai tervet teljesítettük, úgyhogy van még 2 darab weekly domainünk, és szokásos 2-t meg kell még csinálnom. Hogy haladjak végre a talentekkel tovább. Szerintem még itt kajálunk is, biztosan biztos mi kell. Ez kell nekem, mert az a szar, meg ez kell nekem. Hogyan az aprólék.
Let it be known that divinity is mine.
Szervusz, Karamus! Vagy Beledír, vagy minek hívjalak itt, nem tudom mi a neved. Nem, mire elővettem volna a pajzsot megelőzni. Nice.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it. Let my name echo in song. To ashes.
At my command, you shall fall.
Nope. I refuse. Még soha nem néztem meg ezt a cutscene-t, hogy ne spoilerezzek, de most már egyszer végig akarom nézni. Mármint tudom, hogy utána mi történik, de egyszer már lássam, hogy megy végbe az átalakulás. Ja, azt hittem, hogy valami nagyobb átkötő videó van. Oh, fuck me. Hogy utállak.
1,000 eons, mine to dominate. Burn to oblivion!
Nézd meg és elcsúszik.
The show begins.
Upsi. Hol van a... Ja, túl messze vagyok-e? Nézd már, hát nem hílelődök. Ja. Az egyik kedvenc boss fighton különben túra jó szerintem. Mondjuk a bálna szerintem felülmúlja. De imádom ezt is. Jesus. Paraszt!
Burn to oblivion! Good riddance, cruel world.
Shower me with praise.
Shoot it.
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
És nem lesz jó vége, úgy érzem.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Ne most! Azaz! Nem lett meg. Nem lett meg! Túl késő. Fuck.
Now, your eyes have been opened. Kneel!
De hülye vagyok. Jaj, pedig tudom, hogy ezt csinálja, de mégis ott állok mellette.
Not bad.
Uh-oh.
One yet.
Jesus.
Oh, brilliant.
Reality is pain.
Hát igazából ez a kis vacak is elintézi.
Burn to oblivion.
Ó, hogy Bédó is megfeküdt. Ja, értem, jó van. Akkor be kell menni játszani vele.
Kneel.
Bye.
I was destined for more.
Ilyen béna régen voltam. Így. Át kell váltanom egyet. Át kell váltanom egyet. Éresszük újra magunkat. parancsát. Gyorsan meg is csináljuk, mert el fogok feledkezni róla. Aztán bánázunk egyet. Még a buffom is lement, azt nézem. Ilyet kérek. What? Mióta van olyan sok azokból? Mondjuk az nincs meg, úgyhogy csak egyet váltunk át, majd el kell mennem azt is farmolni valamikor. Ja. Azt mondja, hogy adj egy ilyet. Abból úgyis jó sok van. Aztán majd kifarmoljuk a maradékot, és Furinának pedig kell egy bálna. Netlemben jött be egyébként ilyen weekly boss? Még ráérünk. Úgyis csak 5 percig tartanak.
Oh, brilliant! Feeling lucky?
Já, túl közel voltam.
Hey there! Ha! Ha! Hey there! May I present? Coming at ya! Hiya! Ha! Coming at ya! Ha! Cha!
Hát, sokan.
Where'd that come from?
Válts már el, hát bolond vagy?
I must do my duty. Hey there!
És akkor jön a neheze. Az korai volt. És nem annyira neheze igazából, ha azt vesszük. Csak egy dologra kell vigyázni. Hogy ne tudjon eltűnni, és akkor végig lehet darálni. Ezt nem szabad hagyni. De sikerült neki, hogy rohadjon meg, mert nem nyomtam be a burstot. Viszont Furinának ilyenkor a skillje az rohadt hasznos tud lenni, megmondom őszintén. Na most sikerült megfogni. Tessék lefeküdni. Gyere! Úgy. Tessék csicsikálni egyet. Pont annyira egyértelmű, pont Furinának valót nem kaptam egy darabot se. Csak egy darab kell egyenlőre. Mindegy, még azt hiszem tudunk átváltani, ha jól emlékszem. 2 tudnánk átváltani. A másikkal ráírunk, mert úgyis dupla fog kelleni neki a 9. szinthez. Confirm. Nice. Good. Na most van az, hogy van még 1 óránk. Valamit kéne csinálni. Az a baj, hogy Story Questben nem nagyon akarok belevágni. Mert nem biztos, hogy belefér 1 órába, a legtöbb az olyan 1,5 óra környékén van. Mink van még. Ha van egy ganyu, meg egy sao. Ja. Ganyu talán rövidebb. Megnézzük Ganyuét. Nem kristály. Ahhoz nem tudok teleportálni. Hát elmondhatjuk, hogy nagyon hatékonyak voltunk, ha valami csoda folytán még ezt is be tudjuk fejezni. Aztán el kell kezdenem megnyitogatni több story questet, hogy legyen legközelebbre is. Ha meg éppen elfogynak a story questek, akkor szerintem majd megyünk folyamatba Arkon questtel, és akkor legalább gyorsabban haladunk.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the 3 of us. And she's been handling it alone all along. The Qixing secretary clearly isn't an ordinary person. It's so frustrating.
Huh? You're...
Üdv ismét, Eliza.
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not servants.
Cigit, addig hadd menjen a beszélgetés, remélem, hogy nem kell még válaszolgatnom, de hogy nem, hogy ne kéne, hát ez.
She's the general secretary of the Liyue Qixing. We've only taken over her responsibilities until she gets back.
Mi történt?
Even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they still want to pay their respects to the Illuminated Ones. They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Julian Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis.
Szóval Ganyuból hírnak lett.
Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now, but she's disappeared without a trace.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying there is still so much to do. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's having
Mert eddig hang nélkül voltál jelen. Én meg itt köszöngetek neked.
It's because of this absurd workload of hers.
Az igen.
When we first heard the 3 of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the 3 of us are used to doing.
Hát mi ez? Az adeptusoknak a vérvonala az valóban lenyűgöző.
Speaking of Julian Karst, traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
De valahogy úgy.
Of course! We've been there lots of times!
That's good news. Could you go to Julian Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload.
Hát úgy tűnik, tényleg csak én tudom megcsinálni.
We're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting Cloud Retainer's abode. You might as well start looking for her there.
It's about time she came back to work.
Ja, az mondjuk úgy kemény.
Otherwise...
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay.
Hozzá kell tenni, hogyha mobilon nézek valamit, akkor én meg a felbontást szoktam mindig mocskosul levenni ilyen 360p-re vagy 480p-re, hogy nehogy az legyen, hogy akadozik. Akár a stream, akár a videó. Ja, az mondjuk kemény. Azt már nem tudod lejjebb.
We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there.
Azt már nem tudod lejjebb venni. Jesus. Mindig elfelejtem benyomni. Ó, így még jobb is. Nem gondoltam, hogy ilyen gyorsan ledaráljuk a másik két story questet. Azt hittem, hogy több mint 2 órát el fognak vinni. Ott van Ganyu.
The person standing over there. That's Ganyu. We finally found her.
Yep.
Ganyu, here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuahai Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Hogy érted, hogy elhagytad az emberi világot?
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back!
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave.
Miért is?
My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor.
Miért is?
I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishe. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Qixing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well.
Szerintem te valamit félreértesz.
I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Coast. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Hey.
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite
Mondhatjuk
well.
így is, Pancser. A régi időkről?
A matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Légy szíves, igen.
Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Hát igazság szerint kíváncsi lettem.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep. Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball. The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer?
Mert felhozta, hogy duci volt gyerekkorában, és most nem emlékszem, hogy ez a történet hol jön elő, de egy szörnyet úgy győzött le Ganyu, hogy le akarta nyelni, de akkora volt a segge, hogy nem tudta lenyelni, és megfulladt a szörny.
Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
De nem emlékszem, hogy ez valamelyik könyvben volt benne, vagy lehet, hogy itt esik szó, nem, szerintem nem ebbe volt. De lehet, hogy kicsit felhúztad Ganyut.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
Nem, Ganyunak a történetében van valahol, hogyha kihúzzuk azt hiszem a Reputation-t vele, vagy nem tudom most mi a neve hirtelen, 10-es szintig. Valahol ott van szó erről a történetről.
Be that so? Huh. But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts.
Egyébként nem tudja valaki, hogy az átvezető videóknak nem lehet valahol lejjebb venni a hangerejét? Mert amúgy brutálisan hangosak.
One hopes that you will accompany her.
Jó van.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end.
FN, F1. Mondjuk nekem nincs FN-nem. Mert PC-n vagyok most.
She should be in the southern part of Mount Outsong right now, preparing for the
Vagy
trial.
vár? Ja, de nem. Ez nem FN.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Szóval, megnézzük Ganyunak az edzését.
Why did you come here?
Szeretnénk közeledbe lenni.
Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti for too long. Considering the kindness you have shown me, I can let you stay for the Adeptus training.
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin the training.
Ja, szóval mi is csatlakozunk az edzéshez. Azt tudom, a laptopon ott van, csak ugye a sima billentyűzeten a start menü van, csak ott... Várjál, hova megyek? Ja, Ganyu vagyok. Jó, 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 az király. Hát az lebeg a levegőbe, vagy mi a fel? Volt egy pillangó. Fuck. Azt telibe raktam. Pedig épp azon agyáltam, hogy fel kéne szedni. Ja, nem némítani akarom, csak lejjebb venni a hangerőt, tudod. Mondjuk tudom, hogy laptopon arra is van gomb. What the fuck? Ja, hogy te még mozogsz is. Jó, akkor kezdjük a statikus tárgyakkal. És elindul visszafele. Na jó, hogy megyek közelebb? Mert ez most már kiakaszt. Hogy nem bírom ellőni? Ennyi? Eddig... Na menj el ma. Hát annak nem, ja. Annak nem jók a mellékhatásai. What the fuck? Ennyire béna nem lehetek.
eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
Fuck me. Fuck me! De kurva nehéz. Amúgy nem, mert csak simán béna vagyok. Jó, és még ezután lesz még 2. Nehogy kifussak az időből itt a sok mellélövéssel. Ó! Hogy ez tripla? Oké.
We've completed the
Ez
task.
mehetett volna gyorsabban
What
is.
do you think?
De lehet, hogy jó adeptus lennék.
I agree. You possess many qualities similar to those of Adepti, despite having none of their blood.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Huh? So there are
De
more
az
trials
eget
prepared by other
kell
Adepti?
lőni. Mondjuk lehet használni más módon is. Mooncarvery a következő?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is...
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Shao.
Huh. So it's Xiao. That cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
Micsoda meglepetés!
I found him unapproachable at first too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Hát még szép.
We are. Let's go.
Ja. Ahogy mondod, Pancser. Ja, nem ide megyünk, még mielőtt nekiesünk Azhdahának. Vagy nem tudom, hol vagyunk. Ja, ott vagyunk. Shao! Öreg barátom.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer. I
don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training. That's all.
Xiao is
Szokásos kedvesség.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
Shao lehet, hogy végén még jó tanár lesz.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of
Shao
your
az
body.
minden, csak nem koldus.
Yes.
Készen állunk valamire. Hát te megbaszizdasz.
The trial's begun! Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
Valami időre megy.
Access denied.
Hopp. Csak benyeltem.
No touching.
Akkor is Ganyúval csináljuk, mert ő neki kell megcsinálnia. Milyen szépen elerett még az eső is, csak a mi kedvünkért.
Access denied. Blaze over.
Ó, szegény. Jé, de így meg nem áramazódik, what the fuck. Oh Jesus, utállak titeket.
Born of ice and frost.
Hát ez így egy türelemjáték lesz. Soha nem találok el senkit ezek közül, az biztos. Úgyhogy ezeket csak így tudom lövöldözni. Most jönnek két irányból. Bum. Nem akartok megfagyni? Nem szégyelitek magatokat? Kicsit adunk Ganyu HP-jának. Újvé! Ups! Utállak. Hát igazából az én karaktereim vannak túlszintezve, de amúgy is az íjászokkal nekem soha nem volt úgy pozitív tapasztalatom. És pont azért nincs nekem most íjászom felhúzva, pedig már nagyon kellene valaki. Hogy tudtam ennyi között ellőni? Ó, meghalni nem fogunk. Remélhetőleg. Mégis ez az összes, amit még el kell intéznünk. Nyilván ezt körülbelül 2 perc alatt befejezném az egészet, hogyha hozzányúlok a csapatomhoz, de valamiért nem volt most kedvem. Megyek velük eleget. Monument meg bírja, nem írja, hogy van valami limit, hogy meddig sérülhet, úgyhogy... Vagy monolit, nem monument. Ugye? Azokra is szükség volt, nem? Azt jó kényelmesen csináltuk meg.
The rain has stopped.
Mit fog szólni, Shao? De bénák voltunk.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
Ja, mindig erős véleménye van, csak lehet neki kicsit néha kedvesebb, amikor megosztja veled.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
Have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao can't deal with?
Oh,
Ja, igen.
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adepti!
Igen, rohadt sok ember keresi az adeptusokat áldásért, meg hasonló dolgokért.
Are all of you the
De mondjuk
Adepti
el
of this
tudom
mountain?
képzelni, hogy idegesítő.
Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim.
Egy materialista.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. Doesn't matter. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on.
Thing?
I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of joy. A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who poses an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money?
Mutass némi tiszteletet.
How dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
Feldugom a valagatba a 70-es szintű dual blade-emet.
We did come here looking for Ganyu after all.
Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Na, bunkó.
Nobody's stopping you.
Ja, tipli van.
Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said... He was right. I thought that coming back to Juyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that I...
Gyere vissza Liyue Harborba.
But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus, I...
Már mondtuk, hogy félreérted a helyzetet.
True, just believe us.
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my initial judgment. If I'm proven right, I'll return to Juyun Karst once again.
What the fuck?
It's a step in the right direction. Let's go.
Jaj, no comment. Na, arra már rávettük, hogy elindulunk vissza Liyue-be.
It's raining again.
Nem mondod, Navia.
We're finally back.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there. You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right. Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
Úgy legyen.
Finally, the rain has stopped.
What? Zsongli sztori questje után elindult egy world quest, amit nem vettem észre? Valószínűleg így jártam. Most, hogy megint belefutottam egy olyan küldetésbe, amivel nem akartam. Szóval van Zsonglinál egy Archaic Stone, amit meg akar venni tőle a mesélő, de Zsongli meg nem akar megválni tőle. Mert Azhdahához van köze, tehát így logikus, hogy akkor a Story Quest után jött ez a küldi. Csak nem rémlik, hogy kaptam róla értesítést. És itt húzzák a Ganyura szánt időmet, akinek szeretném befejezni fél órán belül a küldetését. Ó, Istenem! Biztos, hogy megtarthatom? Kaptunk valami ajándékot, de azra nem figyeltem, hogy amúgy miről volt szó, milyen ajándékról. Handmade fan. Na, amúgy a World Quest-ekben ezt nem szeretem, hogy ezek még csak lesincsenek szinkronizálva. Mert hogyha le lenne szinkronizálva, jobban bevenné a szervezetem, de az, hogy ülök itt néma csendben és csak olvasok és olvasok. Mondjuk mi a kezemben már szedtünk össze Archaic Stone-okat. Oké. Ez nem tudom. Most így, hogy néztem a címét, beugrott, hogy láttam az előbb, mielőtt mentünk Bird Boss, nem Bird Boss, transdoméneket nyomni. De azt hittem, az valami régről maradt küldi.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh, that's true. Ganyu seem to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing documents. It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one I felt during my training in Juyun Karst, in fact.
Is that? It is! It's Lady Ganyu. I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so terribly busy.
Lady Ganyu? Why are you calling her that?
A little Miss Ganyu.
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tien. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tien is a member of the Liyue Qixing, the Tianshu.
What?
Oh.
This grandpa is a member of the Qixing? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tien is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
Ugyebár sose ítél meg egy könyvet a borítójára.
What an honor to receive such high praise from Lady Ganyu herself. I guess I must have done something right over the last, however many decades.
Uncle Tien, please. A person of your standing should really stop calling me Lady Ganyu.
My apologies. It's not intentional, just a habit from my younger days. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Ugye, amíg ő még fiatal volt, Ganyu már akkor is ugyanígy nézett ki.
Oh, I was just
Adeptusok
fulfilling my duties
előnye.
as the
Nem
Qixing
öregszenek.
secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know my daughter, Huixin. She seems to be a bit troubled recently.
Yes,
Nem
she
ő az
works at
egyik,
Yuehai
aki
Pavilion
beszélt
and she's
velünk?
my junior. How can I help her?
Hát nem tudom, hogy konkrétan hallhatatlanok-e, már úgy nem hallhatatlanok, tehát úgy meghalhatnak, de azt hiszem nem öregszenek. De mondjuk csatában meghalhatnak.
May I trouble you to meet her at Yuehai Pavilion? She just needs a bit of guidance.
With pleasure. Solving the Qixing's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character.
Tehát nem tudom hány ezer éves. Csak így megjegyzem. Ganyunak fel se tűnt.
Then, to Yuehai Pavilion.
Talán a legöregebb adeptus, akit láttam, az Sanyun lehet. Vagyis a Cloud Retainer, ez a madár, akivel találkoztunk. Ó, nézd már! Nem igaz, nem akartam fölvászni a fára. Ja, nem ővele beszélgettünk, akkor rosszul
Miss
gondoltam.
Ganyu, it's been too long.
Bár úgy értem Sanyunt, hogy kinézetre ugye a legöregebbnek tűnik, de ő is inkább ilyen MILF kategóriába, hogy már kinézetre, hogy ilyen 40-esnél nem tűnik idősebbnek. Még annyi se. Ő a Genshin Impact bajonettája.
I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come.
Legalábbis így, ilyen mémet csináltak belőle.
Using his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yuehai Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start?
I discovered something strange while organizing tax records. There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of 2 stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their accounts, I can't seem to make any progress with my investigation. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario.
Ez a rémnyi munkának a tapasztalata.
All right. Let's approach it this way then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares. In that case...
Illetve bocsánat, most jut eszembe, hogy van egy nagyon öreg Adeptus, legalábbis.
I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Tehát azt akarod, hogy egymást ássák alá?
Let's start with
Ja, van egy öreg Adeptus, aki itt lakik a városban, nagyon öreg néni. Nagyon aranyos kis nénike.
Yes, you're right. Follow me, please.
Tőle kaptuk a teáskannánkat. Neki köszönhetően van otthonunk Paimonnal. Valamikor már arra is kéne szállnom időt, mert 1000 éve nem töltöttem el vele semmit, hogy építgessem. Bolaj!
Aha, we meet again, traveler. And you must be from the Yuhai Pavilion? I suppose you're about to place a big order. I'd be honored to offer you my wares.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yuhai Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life? Ugh, that rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Tax records? Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best.
Oops.
If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course.
Tényleg ezek a
Every
riválisok.
transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Így viselkednek a versenytársak?
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully. Line by line and word by word.
Hát akkor jó olvasást.
Ah, here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't wait to watch him squirm.
Túlságosan a World of Tanks-re van hangolva az agyad.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice. He wouldn't be swayed by the likes of Dongsheng.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chingsa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Balai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence. That's the best way to show your gratitude.
I'm afraid I can't go to Chingsa Village.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay
Maradj
in
itt, majd mi elmegyünk.
and finish your work.
Oh, that's so considerate of you. Still, I'm sorry to trouble you like that.
Semmi gond? Jaj, tényleg nem a szomszédban van. Nem lesz meg időben a küldíj. Már most látom, hogy nem fogom tudni befejezni. Na jó, csitt. Navia olyan beszédes tud lenni. Mondjuk tudom, hogy mindegyik tud kommentálni minden időjárást.
Welcome, welcome.
Azt veszem észre, Pancser.
I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I can't take too many at once.
Chinxa really is full of lonely old people.
Nem Lavina, hanem Navia, akivel mászkálni szoktam.
I'm sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. You're from the Yuehai Pavilion, right? Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me?
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can, but I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fanmu Carpenters. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a warehouse west of here. But some troublemakers have recently
Szóval te most beceneveket osztogatsz, értem?
I tried to drive them away, but they just wouldn't leave. Since you need that invoice
Vagy
anyway,
magyarítod a neveket, vagy hogy működik ez?
get it from the warehouse yourself. And while you're at it, you can teach those louts a lesson.
So that's what happened. I see.
Befoglalták a raktárhelyiségét. Valamik, nem figyeltem. Jaj. De ezt kiakasztam, akkor megvárjuk, amíg valaki szép kényelmesen elsétál. Ja, értem.
I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Over there.
Ó, Fatui.
It's one of the Fatui.
És ő most mit
They
akar
must be
csinálni?
plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Nem kéne megfigyelnünk
Ever
előtte?
since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached rock bottom. We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into
Én így
some
nem
small
fogom
scuffle with
tudni
the Fatui
megjegyezni,
within
hogy
our
melyiket
borders.
mire találtad
You
ki.
need not worry. Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider it my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a lesson.
Megverünk egy ártatlan Fatuit.
You scoundrels!
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No?
Plan? What plan?
Ja, zsongli. Ja, tudom, mire
We
gondolsz.
just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
Szerintem így is elég kemények voltunk.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Qingce village?
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well, I was about to.
About to what?
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it.
I'm here alone, and Jinxa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What?
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries. That's all.
So it was
Csórikám akar tenni egy kis gyümölcsöt, mi meg itt szétvertük. Lehet, hogy ez semmiért
I also
vettük meg.
feel that he's telling the truth.
Ennyit a megérzéseidről, Ganyu.
I misjudged the situation and offended you. My apologies. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us for Tui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
Ja, jó döntés. Szegény csávó.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work. My intuition is not as accurate as it used to be.
Hát veszem észre.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's
Hogy
warehouse.
kisütött a nap?
Our goal is to get the invoice after all.
Na, hol van az a ház? Azt mondja, hogy... Ja, igen. Hiricsörlök!
So this is the warehouse. Seems like those troublemakers were nothing more than a few hair girls. Let's show them what we got.
Hát a többit nem nagyon zavarja, hogy én itt átrendezem a terepet. Lesz a tűz. Szeretsz tűzzel játszani amúgy is. Az igen, haver. Még valami? Na. Végre csend és nyugalom. Ja, igen, olyasmi. Jó, egy láda. Ó, még? Ja, hogy innen is jött erő. Ott egy szíri. Ha nézd meg. Mi volt az a dupla sebzés ott? Két sörét találta el, vagy mi volt ez? Ilyet nem szoktam látni. Na. Van minden restaurant. Na, azt keressük. Az a temetkezési vállalat. Megtaláltuk. Jó van, Paimon, mire te elolvasod, addigra visszaérünk Liyue-be. Birtoklási papírokat, ez így van. Igazából számlákat kerestünk a munkáiról. Jaj, ott hagytam a szílit, na mindegy, majd megkeresem máskor. Ui! Ui!
Ah, Ms. Ganyu, you're back. I hope it wasn't too much trouble rushing about like that.
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Nothing to worry about. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between Second Life and Fanmu Carpenters. We've brought it back.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we can solve this problem.
Agreed. How about we go to Second Life and have a nice chat with the owner?
Very nice chat. Na, ha jó, pedig szoktam tőled vásárolni. Szóval beszéljünk az adózási papírjaidról.
From the Yuahai Pavilion. I remember you. I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure of yourself. But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay in the end.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come? That's impossible.
Hogy meglepődött?
Talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fan Carpenters.
Kicsit.
I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the
Kicsit
tax record.
megfenyítjük.
I didn't think you'd find out.
Tudod, mi vagyunk a behajtók.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Boalai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more about this dirty laundry. Would you care to elaborate?
Hát igen, ugye mind a kettőt el akartuk csípni.
I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly
Stop,
impressive,
yeah.
Ms. Ganyu. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position. That's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had. Thank you.
Azt hittem már soha nem mondod ki.
Work and family problems. Two birds with one stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious. It was nothing, really.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well. I appreciate your help.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
Paimon viselkedj.
Come on, it's just a meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixin.
Actually, I've already booked Senua Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while.
All right. We dare not refuse such generosity.
Fantasztikus. Az a bajom, hogy 5 perc van hátra. Még lesz egy vacsora, vagy ebéd, vagy nem tudom. És még vissza kell mennünk a 3 titkárnőhöz is, akik eleve ráúszítottak minket Ganyura, hogy hozzuk vissza. Hát jó lassan köszönte meg, mi?
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure. That's so kind of you, Huixin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like to tell you.
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with, just tell me straight away. No need to hesitate.
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tell me many stories about you, Miss Ganyu. Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I always admired how gentle and reliable you are. I've only decided to join the Yuehai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuehai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task. I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a
Hát
result.
Ganyu most is jött és megváltotta a világot.
You're a great secretary in your own right.
Ja.
Over the years,
Hát, mivel ő félig adeptus, ezért jobban bírja a terhelést, mint az emberek. Sokkal több feladatot vállal be, meg nagyon jól multitaskol.
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed
Aztán
my
mindenki
footsteps and came
irigykedik
to be a
rá.
secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion too. At first, I was worried about her.
Ezért akarták visszahívni, mert hogy betemeti őket a munka, viszont elküldték egy levél eljuttatására az adeptusoknak a területére, és ő úgy értelmezte, hogy hát akkor őre itt nincs rá szükség. De nem fogja fel, hogy félreérti a dolgot.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague. You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20 plus years, too.
Huixin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at ease.
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history. All the changes it's gone through, the stories of its people. But I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huixin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. Apart from my contract with Rex Lapis, they rely on me, accept me, and long for me to bear witness to their stories.
Oh, of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right. That's why I can't disappoint you.
Kezdi belátni, hogy szükség van rá itt.
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary.
Mondtuk, hogy nem vagy kirúgva és félreérted.
Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence.
Abban biztos lehetsz.
No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already? Paimon's still hungry.
Hát talán habzsolnod kellett volna, amíg beszélgettünk. Te hibád. Megyek ki. Nincs itt semmi gyűjteni való, igaz? Okay. Na, próbáljuk meg befejezni a küldit. És sokatszor is leugrunk a térre. Mert egyszerűen annyira hosszú út lenne ott körbefutni és feljönni a lépcsőn, meg itt felmászni, hogy ezerszer gyorsabb, hogyha csak innen jövök és leugrunk. Ups. Ja. Ja, hogy az a japán Gimli. Értem.
Baisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep standing up? Look who's back.
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long. If we didn't take a break,
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an Adeptus coming down to the human world to save all life.
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
All right. All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course. We'll do it right away.
Oh, finally. We're saved.
Yes. There's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in my inner conflict right now.
Ugyan már jó kis kaland volt ez nekem is.
To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. It makes me happier than I could have
Én
imagined.
meg azt hittem, hogy eddig is barátok
I'd
voltunk.
like to
Hát ez...
repay you when I'm done with the work at hand.
Hát ilyet.
What would you say if I accompanied you on one of your trips?
Persze!
Sure, but
Figyelj,
you ever done with
húzok egy 10-est, kijössz, aztán jöhetsz
Let's
is.
cross that bridge when we come to it, shall we?
Done! Na, hát végül is éppen pont belefértünk 2 órába, 2 percet vagy 3 percet húztunk rá. Nem gondoltam volna, hogy még sikerül Ganyújét is befejezni. Aztán most a story questekkel úgy állunk, hogy a következő alkalommal megyünk tovább a Sumerus Arkon Quest-tel. Nem tudom, mit akartam. Catherine-nél akarok menteni. Mindig Catherine-nél mentünk, mert ott kezdjük a következő napot. Következő alkalommal megyünk tovább az Arkon Quest-tel, Sumeruban. És már csak egy story questünk maradt megnyitva, ami Shaoé. Illetve... Ja, tényleg nincs több megnyitva. Az övét azt még megcsináltam, viszont utána nekem az összes már új lesz. Az Inazumás story questeket nem csináltam még meg soha. Úgyhogy legközelebb megcsináljuk Shaoét, meg vagy Elmikójét, vagy Kazuhájét, nem tudom. Majd még meglátom. De az majd jövő hétre marad. Azt mondja, hogy nem viselünk, Primo, 200 valahány Primo összejött. Még lesz jövő hétre 50, meddig megy ez? Még 2 hétig. Ezután jön Csaska? Azt hiszem. És nekem az utána lévő banneren kell húznom, tehát van még egy hónapom gyűjtögetni zsonglira. Nagyon jó. Illetve Csaskát nem tudom még, hogy milyen lesz, mert még nem néztem róla semmit, majd annak is utána kell járnom, hogy mennyire érdemes esetleg ő ráhúzni. Mivel eddig az összes új karakter kijött. Netlemből, majd meglátjuk. Én viszont köszönöm szépen, hogy itt voltatok erre a Story Questben sűrű estére. Legközelebb akkor, ahogy mondtam, mi a fenével, Sumeru Arkon Quest Akt 2-vel megyünk tovább. Sőt, szerintem azt be is fejezzük. Még lehet, hogy Akt 3-ba is belekóstolunk. Addig is viszont mindenkinek kitartást kívánok a héthez. Jó éjszakát ma estére, és remélem, hogy találkozunk legközelebb is. Sziasztok!